Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to switch things up a little bit today. If you have been here for a while, you know I like to work with Daniel Smith watercolors, but before I discovered them, I was heavily involved in working with the Kuretake watercolors. I received this set from Kyoto, Japan. It's from Nakagawa. I hope I pronounce it correctly. And it looks extremely similar to the Kuretake sets that I have as far as the pans go. But before I jump into these, I am curious to see how they compare to the Kuretake sets that I have, in particular the Art Nouveau set here. Now when I open these two, you will see that they have the same style of pans and they sort of look similar in the pans as well. I am going to take a guess that they're also a little bit more opaque, just like the Kuretake ones are, especially the Art Nouveau set. So I want to refamiliarize myself with the Art Nouveau set before I jump into these, so I can refresh my memory and have a better comparison to the two. These are actually, I found them on Amazon, believe it or not. So I will link these in the description box below the video. So I've done a few paintings with this set in the past, but it's been a long time. And I have since also kind of moved on from this style. So I want to try this set again in my newer style and see how they fare. I am excited to see what we can come up with today. So let me prep my paper and then we can get started. Okay, I have prepped my paper. I've taped it off on the sides and I put some water on the back and the front of my paper. I did let the water dry just a little bit. I want some movement in my colors, but not to the point where it flows everywhere. So for that reason, I just wet my paper and then I let it dry a little bit. And the goal today is just to play with the colors. I want to paint fairly loose and just put down some splotches in kind of the same way as I created this one here. And if you're curious, all of these paintings that I showed you, they are videos on my channel if you want to have a look at it. I did spray down the pan a little bit with water just to activate the colors. And I just might need to use the bigger brush actually. I love these brushes because they're so bouncy and they do hold a lot of water and pigment, and sometimes the bigger brush works better. And because these pans are so nice and big, we really can load them up. And this paper is a bigger format than what I have done in the past. So we're just, you know, starting to get adjusted and reacquainted with each other here. As always, I don't really know where this painting is going to take me, and I like that about this type of art. I love this lighter green as well. I'll put that in here in the middle. That's a lot of that green. I'm not gonna use all of the colors, obviously, but there's enough room to bring in quite a few. I want to bring in a little bit more of the purples and pinks. All right, we're gonna move the paper a little bit. I might end up spritzing just a little bit of water depending on how these colors flow. I can already tell I'm loving these two together, so let me have them play a little bit more. So if those Nakagawa ones are anything like this set, I am going to be very happy. I should have, instead of adding two of the same pinks here, I should have used maybe the lighter pink. Maybe we can bring in some of that down here and just mix them in. I want to bring in, I have orange with this one already. I think I'm gonna bring in that darker blue here. Yes. I'm gonna bring this dark green down here. I feel like it needs a pop of dark color in this corner here. Again, I'm gonna add some water, not that much, and just let them spread out a little bit. I feel like because I have this dark spot over here, it could use another dark spot of a different kind up here. So let me add that to this corner. Yes, that's better. And I might add a little bit more in the middle here of that, because it kind of now disappeared a little bit with me moving the paper around and the colors mixing. How are we feeling about this? I'm feeling pretty good. I want to bring in a little bit more of that very light blue here. And now I want to make sure that it doesn't move into the top colors. I kind of want this to stay, so I am maneuvering my paper. Wow. Friends, these colors are amazing. I forgot how beautiful they are. Look at this one. And look at how these three look beautiful together. Gorgeous. There's a little bit of granulation even going on. Wow, I forgot how beautiful they are. You get so stuck with certain art supplies that you forget that you have so many other things that you can play with. This is great. I will just let it sit here and let it dry completely on its own, and then we can come in and put some marks over it, okay? I will be right back. Here we are. It is completely dry and I can now continue putting on the second layer. It kind of dried a little bit more dispersed than I would have wanted, but I am going to take this opportunity to put some really bold features in this area. Maybe make them, you know, kind of go this way. I don't know yet. And I want to bring in these two colors again. So I think I want to start off with this nice green because there's quite a bit of blue in here already, and that would contrast really well with this lighter green as well. So I'm just gonna put down some of my favorite shapes and then I'll see what else I want to put down. Kind of let this one disappear. too much water on that. There. Wow, that literally takes over that green. I did not mean to do that. Look at that. It's like, hello? I'm here now. Too much water. It's okay, we can go over it again. I fixed it a little bit off camera. Now I want to bring in some of that orange, and we're just gonna go down here. I am finished with it. Wow, that was a lot of fun. There's a lot of colors on here I am not used to anymore because I generally keep it to like 2, 3, maybe 4 colors. This was a lot, but I like it. I like the bold elements as well as the more finer ones. And now I'm curious to see what the Nakagawa set feels like. So I am ready to jump in and play with the new set and see if they're similar or completely different. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I certainly did. And if you did and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so on your way out. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you would like, you can join me again next weekend with a brand new video. Until then, bye everybody.